Hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning and good evening to everyone present in this webinar from worldwide. It's really great to have every one of you here over here. Can you all hear me perfectly well? Is everything perfect from your end?
Yes, Forum, I can hear you properly.
Perfect. All right, that's great then. So I just hope that everybody is staying safe in this pandemic situation, and we just hope that everything gets better and better. I'm seeing that we have more people who are attending us, who are joining us recently. So for those who are already there in this, present in this webinar, I welcome you all to the web printing automation webinar today, and I really thank you so much all for joining in as well. Let me quickly introduce myself. So my name is Forum, and I am a customer success representative from Brush Your Ideas. I also have Nitin with me. If you can quickly go to the next page, we'll be able to see that we have Nitin with us, and we are this time back with the third most webinar from Brush Your Ideas. So let me give you a brief about the previous two webinars that we have had, where we have essentially described the business perspectives and aspects which are really very helpful in these COVID situations. The e-commerce market trend that is evolving nowadays, and how you can actually strategize your growth with the printing industry. So if you have not attended those webinars, or if you want to get connected to those speakers that we have had, you please feel free to reach out to us on sales@brushyourideas.com. That is mentioned on the screen currently. So what's so special with this webinar? In this particular webinar, we're going to show you the adequate technical aspects which you would really need in a printing industry, and hence the differentiating factor for today's webinar would be a techno-functional angle to it. So let me tell you why techno-functional. Because today the reason why we are discussing the web printing automation is you'll get to know in the end that with some customizations to your existing printers, to your existing printing processes, you will be able to reduce the manual labor, and eventually you will be able to turn it to zero as well, right? So for that, we'll have to understand the technical concerns, the technical aspects of everything, the entire process, and hence we're going to explain you the entire importance of it. First of all, why it's really very important, and then eventually we'll show you the technical aspects and how it's really done in the real time world that we have now onwards. So to start with, the first topic, as you can see on the screen, is the traditional approach, right? What exactly is being followed generally throughout the time, throughout the printing industry. So what happens when you use a manual process? Why should you choose the manual process, the automation process over the manual process? So if you can quickly jump on the next page, we can see that there I have shown a typical manual process of the entire printing method, that how it's accommodated altogether. The whole process, starting from right from designing of it to the final process till you reach the printing of it, the entire process, it includes the steps which are really needed in the traditional approach. So now you can see that first we have designing of it, then color management. We will have to do some hard copy proofs. You'll have to calculate every binary calculations that you want in the end. You'll have the imposition layouts, and then in the end, finally you'll put it for print. Now, to eliminate some of the steps which are really being hard for you, for carrying over the entire traditional approach, in the next page I'm going to cover that what are these challenges that you would exactly face while this entire printing process. So as you can see, the name itself suggests the manual process, it mainly needs manpower, right from everything, right from designing it till getting it printed all together. You have to indulge yourself into so many tasks, like designing it. You should be having the graphical knowledge around it, and a lot more. Let me give you an example of, let's say, a t-shirt printing process. Okay, assume that you want to print a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt, and you have to get the design in a proper designing software. You have to arrange the designer to plot it perfectly into the plotter. You get it cut as required. You set up all the bleed or the safe marks by yourself, and you get it printed at the end by the heat press, right? Now this is still okay when we talk about a particular number when you want to get it printed. But what if you have a products which you want to print in bulk. Now here is where you are still left with a big question mark. Same way, let's say if you want many effects to be given, let's say any embroidery effect, any glitter effect, any embossing effect, you still have to follow so many different methods, I'm sure, and which would really be cumbersome for you to manage altogether. So these are all the challenges, like color management, color detection. Again, it includes a very much manpower. It includes your time, and that would be difficult to manage in a manual process. So over the period of time, once I move forward, I'll be showing you why is an automation process helpful to you, what happens when you apply an automation process and you shift yourself to the automating techniques over the manual techniques, right? So first, as you can see on the screen, is saving your time. Yes, everybody, you know that speed is a leading reason why most of the companies invest in an automatic printing process, because you get a shorter production and a turnaround time. So this can really be helpful, and we know, we all know that an automation machine can do 1 day's person of work in as little as 2 hours. So that can really save you time. Let me again explain you this thing as well with an example. If we take again an example of custom t-shirt printings, okay, altogether, and the main factor, you want to get in an event, let's say you want so many t-shirts to be printed, and the main factor that you need to maintain is the logo consistency, or maybe you need a high print quality as a resolution in the end. Now here, you know that automatic screen printing will ensure that your order preserves a uniform range altogether, okay. In a shorter period of time, it will help you print so many t-shirts altogether exactly with the same amount of pressure. It will apply to the blade that is really needed, and this ensure that your custom t-shirts, it maintains a uniform look over it, and also the speed is prioritized to prepare your order in a timely manner. So this can really be helpful. If we talk more about the benefits of the traditional, the automation approach over the traditional approach, I find that reducing waste is one of the biggest benefit that you can get, because uh, automated workflow technology, it can save you the supplies and toners by avoiding the redos and makeovers, okay. So eventually it gives you tighter control of job costs and production time, reduce your waste, right? If it will help you eliminate the step, it is as simple as that, right? The automation process, it removes so many steps that you need to incorporate in a manual process. In this case, you don't have to apply so many steps, and hence this automation technique will not only optimize your efficiency on repetitive jobs, but it will also help you in the repetitive tasks in as well, right? So the next most important, I guess, is the reducing of errors, right? The automation techniques, it helps you in identifying and eliminating the errors before the job is printed, so that even if there are any mistakes or any errors that are occurring, you can resolve them beforehand before getting it printed, okay. So this will help you propel your business forward, and with such error checking tools, right? If I talk more about increasing productivity, expanding capabilities as benefits of an automation technique, we all know that lesser manual process equals more job capacity and shorter delivery times. This will in a way help you in increasing the product volume that you have altogether. Automating all parts of workflow will not only increase your capacity, but it will increase your throughput over and above for all your optimization tools that you have, right? So in and all, the workflow automation results you in expanded capabilities and increased revenue as well. Now the last point that you can see is staying competitive. Yes, everybody, you heard it perfectly right. I'm sure this is the most important point, that the benefit that you would really need, being in a print industry, being a print provider. You are under that pressure to stay competitive in the market. You are under that pressure to price it right, to reduce the costs and increase the profits to remain into the market altogether, right? And hence, I can definitely conclude that automation is the best way that can help you leverage your margin from your business. So now I guess I am pretty much clear about what all techniques that you already have in the market, and which one should you apply. It's all depends on you. Now the question comes is how to apply these automation techniques, right? So now is where the next page that you can see on the screen, print ready files, it comes into play. uh, what exactly are these print ready files, right? But before explaining you that what are these files, let me give you a difference between an incorrect and a correct print ready file, because for you, as an owner of your print business, you will have to understand that which file, the file that I'm using, is it correct format or not, is it in correct format or not, right? So to rectify such an incorrect file, you may have some differences, like you're not having a document size properly, the colors are not set to RGB instead of CMYK, the spot colors are not properly defined, you're not allowed ample of margins to put through, the resolution is not so very high. The normal resolution that you would need would be 300 dpi. In case if you're not allowed that, bleeds are not set up correctly, or the crop marks are missing, there are some missing fonts or something like that. Now these are all the parameters that can help you rectify if your print ready file is in correct format or not, right? And as you can see on the screen, let me now explain you what are the print ready files. A print ready file is typically one such a document which helps you specify all the necessary details, the specifications that you would need to get it printed in the end. If I put it in some other words, it's just a file that a commercial printer can use as submitted to successfully create the desired print materials, right? However, since you can see on the screen, they are available in so many such formats like SVG, image, or editable vector PDF. In fact, there are so many, so on and so forth. You can have as many as you want. However, the print ready the print industry, it typically standard the standard approach that print industry usually demands is the vector form of it, like the SVG, the first one, or the third one, the vector PDF. But now, to understand these files in details, the file types, the aspects, the technical aspects of the entire process that I have just explained you functionally, we have Nitin with us, and he is the product owner, he knows the technical aspects of it, and he'll be able to share his experiences with you and explain you better. So Nitin, if you can hear me, can you please take this forward from here?
Everyone, how I hope everyone is doing well. As Forum mentioned in earlier in the session, like why print ready files are so important and how it should be. So let's assume you have the print ready files with you, but those are in incorrect format, and your printing provider is saying, "Oops, they are in incorrect format. They won't work actually." So it's your job, like you need to correct those files. You can't ask your customers to design it properly. So here I have been covering few aspects which can impact the print businesses, and they can give the trouble for incorrect print ready files. Let's check them one by one. Then after the post that, we will discuss how we can overcome these problems in next couple of slides. Okay, let's move on. Resolution, what does it mean actually? You understand, like it is the height and width of the file? No, it is actually the quality of file. uh, uh, I hope you are familiar with the DPI concept, the dots per inch, one of the formats to measure dots and intensity within available dimension. DPI means actually the each and every inch that supports the quality of file, print ready file. In the printing industry, actually there are multiple DPI standard values are there: 72, 96, 300, 150, 600. So if your print ready file is going to be having the DPI with 72 or 96, then it will be in the very blurry format. Next one is colors. So in our general life, we know about the red, green, and black. This kind of colors we know, RGB and hex color. Do you really feel like those are enough for printing, or those are enough for the print ready files? No, actually those are being used only for screens, browsers. So let's say you are using your customer is going to use the red color for customizing the product, and now you are going to use the RGB for get it printed. Then actual color on the screen and the printed color will have dramatical difference between both of them. Next one is fonts. What are fonts? Fonts is the actually style of the text what they are your customer is going to add um, in the product for while they are customizing the product. So let's take an example. They have used the Helvetica font to customize the product, and they have placed the order, or they have submitted the design to you. Now you have sent this design to your printing company. They didn't embed that Helvetica font in the printer, and now it get print it will get printed with the default font, which is generally with the Arial one. So your customer will not going to be accepted, right? Uh, Next one is bleed areas. Bleed area is something which is very important factor of any specific print ready files. This is something like from where the printing machine will be going to cut off the print ready files. So to keep the measurement properly, you should have the either image in between the safety lines or cut lines and the bleed lines, or a specific color should be defined. So that should be that can give the printing machine to identification from where that should be cutting off. If you are not going to set up the bleed lines over the print ready file, then it is there are 100% chances like you will see the white stripes around the print ready file. Next one is track text and graphics in the and safety line. Safety line, as I mentioned earlier with the bleed, safety line is something which in which particular area the graphics and text which are going to be added by the customer will be defined. So if customer is going to add the text and graphics outside the safety line, then it will be cut off while the print ready file will be get it printed. So and now if you are not intimating your customer like this is your safety safe zone, this is from outside this particular area your graphics will be cut off, then they will get it moved outside the area, and you will get it printed without any intimation to them, right? Next one is artboard size. Artboard size is actually relevant to height and width of the print ready file. Now let's take another example. You have the you want to get the print ready file in 400 by 200 pixel, either in millimeter, either in inches, either in meter, whatever it is. And the print ready file is going to be generated with 300 by 200 pixel or some or inches. So whenever you will get it printed, then there will be a larger gap available in between document the artboard size edge and the print ready file edge actually, right? So next one is positioning. Here I'm talking about the actual position of the graphics and the text customers are adding. Let's assume you are owning the printing business for apparel, and for a specific t-shirt you have defined the printing area for chest. Customer has designed the product. Now they have put some text or some graphic, they have submitted the design to you. Now while you are printing it out, you do not have either complete size of the t-shirt, or you do not have the actual calculated position of these graphics. So obviously whenever you will get it printed, then objects would be misplaced. Objects means I'm talking about text and graphics. Last one is print guide layers. Most of the customizer tools provide a feature like they can enable the layers in between the canvas area or the printable area. They are going to allow, by using those guide layers, customers can align the multiple objects, they can position them, they can enable the grid lines. So that will make their life easy to set it up the objects in the exact position. Now let's assume they have enabled it, and before submitting the design they forgot to disable these lines. Now it will be in the print ready file for sure, and now you will be going to print it out, and again then whenever you are going to deliver it to the customer, then your customer will know it again not going to be accepted. I hope I made it clear understanding of different aspect to be considered while creating the print ready file. So in the conclusion, it's important to check that you are not making these basic print ready file mistakes. Otherwise, some printers will charge you extra for fixing these this incorrection. Here are the things you will require a lot of manual labor efforts or time consumptions. Now let's discuss about the solutions about the previous problems which can be fulfilled by different aspects. Okay, wait, before jumping this, what I'm actually what I want to explain here with this particular slide. Actually, this is for your customers. If they want to have the output in the specific high resolution with the print ready file, the high resolution print ready file, there should out the physical entity should be with the high resolution. Then you should suggest them to upload the high resolution with the best quality graphics or images. Now let's discuss how we can optimize the labor via pre and post activities. There are a few I have been covering here. Let's um, let's assume you are running a printing business for business cards, visiting cards, and office ID cards, etc. As an offline business. Now you are consider you obviously you will have multiple designs available with you. Those you are considering, like you will hope like this should not be you should not be going to system for uploading those files or creating those templates or designs manually for each and every product. So here there are the things like you can have the multiple templates all together along with the single products, and those templates can be allowed for customers for further customization. After that, uh, you can allow your customer to choose the size of the document. You can allow the paper quality, the orientation like landscape, portrait, or square they want to have for their paper product. After moving to the designer tool, they can choose the fonts, they can choose the colors, and they can set up the resolution as well. After placing the order, the final print ready file would be generated with the specific imposition and composition of aspects. And there are multiple different desktop application available which will allow you to get the print ready file downloaded automatically in your system rather than accessing the system for each and every order manually. Now let me tell you how you can achieve these all the steps we have discussed till now in through brush your ideas. They, okay, now this is what I was talking about with the multiple templates along with attached with the single products. Here you can upload n number of templates in a specific format, either in PSD, SVG, or what multiple the vector formats you have with you. You can convert them into multiple formats, and you when on those templates you can list over the listing page over of your web shop. And even in the top corner you can see there's an option available for upload. Some of the customer can have their own designs. They do not want to go with the custom ones you are providing. They can upload their own designs, and they want you to print it out directly. So after choosing the specific templates from this particular page, then they will move to the selection of specific paper product options like paper quality, paper orientation I was talking about. And the option you can see in the bottom, they can choose their own width as well. They can choose their own height, what dimension or what resolution they want to have. After clicking on the design now button, they will move to the brush your ideas designer tool. This is how the brush your idea designer tool will look like. In the left you can see there are multiple features available: clip art, text, templates, background. In the center part is the actual printable section where customer can customize the product. In the right section, all the relative properties like fonts, color, and effects. The right one you can see, as I mentioned, this is the product in which customer can design the product and get it place the order after customizing it. Now you can see I have added a graphics over there. And in the right section you can see through this particular graphic, the system has already automatically detected the few specific colors which the particular graphics have. And customer can change the graphic color using some presets you have defined, or even they can choose from the color cloud through either RGB or either through hex core or either through CMYK information. In the next slide you can see. Here you can see the option available, multiple options available through cloud. I'm talking about now. If you see in the next page, they will have an option to define or change the size as well of the printable option. Like for let's talk about like the business card. I want to have this business card on the 5 inch by 4 inch, and from the product page they have chosen something, and now they have changed the mind, and they want to change the specific size for that particular can business card. In the right section you can see there's an option available for units like meter, inches, pixel, and you can define the predefined options available from the system in the next drop down. And either they can your customers can choose their own specific height width as well. And whenever they are choosing their specific pricing, in the bottom right corner you can see the in the next slide, if you see the price is also getting changed. That's what I'm going to explain you, like how your based on the size the price will be getting changed. Previously it was 80 euro, now you can see it is 64 euro. Based on the size, it was 1 meter earlier, and now it is 0.80. The next one, if we talk about, there is an option available in the system where you can define your bleeds, safe margin, and cut margins. In the center part of the designer tool, there are three lines you can see. The topmost, the dotted one, you can see this is the bleed area you have defined. You can define from the system. The second one inside the page, you this is the cut one, cut marks and cut lines, and the third one in the inside most, this is the safe margin. So I have put an graphics, and I have moved it around the bleed line, and it touches to the edge of the bleed line. So here you can see in the top that all the three warnings and messages are coming. You can see the cut lines messages, safe messages, or these messages can also be changed by the system or whatever. Even they can change the color of the line whichever is currently displaying over the screen. Now let's assume they have done all the customization, they have placed the order, and you are going to the system to get the print ready file for each and every. This will be typical for you, I'm sure. So here's an application available which named as hot folder. You can install this application in your desktop, which is available in multiple operating system like Mac or Windows and Linux. So that will connect your that application will connect your back designer system with your desktop. And as soon as customer will place the order, the print ready file will automatically generated over the system, and those print ready file will automatically even downloaded in your desktop. And that particular folder in on your desktop you can connect with your printer further, right? Now I hope I made it a clear understanding of the solution we have been providing through Brusho Ideas. Apart from these, the built-in solutions in the Brusho Idea, there are a few more custom solutions we have provided to our customer, considering the industry specific solutions. If I talk about, here's the one of the case studies I am going to share with you. This particular customer is dealing in the wristbands, postcards, and business cards, which can be printed in the bulk only. Like you cannot have the wristband in the single print ready with the single print ready file. Because this is something which is going to be purchased either in bulk 100, 200, or 300. So based on that, what we have done, we have provided few settings in the system, and based on the purchased quantity by the customer, or based on the some specification, the print ready custom print ready file is being generated. So let me show you the actual workflow we have provided for this customer. There is one specific video available, so I am going to explain you one for point by point for that particular solution. Okay, here you can see, scroll down a bit. Yeah, here you can see the option available for bleed. As I was talking about earlier, like you can define the DPI value in the multiple standards like 72, 96, 300 and 600. 300 is something which is industry demand specification. So generally customers and printers and the print owners will require 300, will be demanding for print ready file in 300 DPI. After that they can you can set up the counter of the wristband, how much wristband should be coming in the particular one page of the PDF. So here you can see the we have defined the number of number of wristbands as a 10. And the next one is you can see they can define the size of the PDF file which is for single page. I mean to say what page is going to what in the what resolution or what size the document should be printed. That is what you can see. The 25.4 is is the height, and 2499 is the height width of the page. So what actually generally PDF is having A4 and A5 sizes, but the customer can define a specific size available from here. Even if you can see the last option, second option, next option is image X and Y, which is actually the margin of each and every wristband which is coming to on top of to each other. From left they should be without the zero margin, and from the right top one this should be the based on the height they will be having with the single each and every, like for single one this would be 25.4, the second one it would be doubled, and for the third one it would be triple. So after defining this, they can enable the bleed option available for this print ready file, and they can set up the bleed value as well. Okay, now after specifying these particular things, now they on the front end they have placed the order, they have customized the wristband, and they have placed the order. So after moving to the designer tool, after moving to the backend part, they will be print owner or the store owner can see the option available like this. The view design option you can see over here. They will this particular order will have this option, and they will click on this, then they will be able to see how their customer has designed the wristband actually. In the right, in the left part you can see the product is currently which is going to be display how the design how the actual product will look like when they will be the product will be delivered to the customer. And the right one you can see like how your actually print ready file will be going to generate it. Let me just a second. Okay, I'm sorry. Whenever you will click on the download PDF button, here you can see the download PDF button in the leftmost corner. So that will show how your print ready file would be the custom print ready file would be generated. This is having I have defined the 10 quantity for one page PDF. Then you can see the custom PDF would be generated with the 10 wristbands all together in a single page based on the specification. We have decided the margins and the margin left and margin top, all these things. Okay, again, as forum was mentioning in earlier session, like the printing industry demands the vector form of the print ready files in the either in the SVG or either in the vector PDF. So what are they actually? Vector PDF or vector files are something which can be customized further through Photoshop or through Illustrator or through InDesign software. Let's say I have put some spelling mistake in my name, or in the school spelling is missing. So, and on your customer behalf, you can open that print ready file in the vector file in the desktop or the Photoshop or Illustrator, and you can make the correction and get it printed directly. So this particular file you can see over the screen. This is also the print ready file and the vector file, and also this is going to be downloaded into the hot folder directly. Customer is not coming to the system for downloading the file for each and every order. Clear? So Along with this, there are so many other case studies in which we have provided different type of custom solution for our customers. For would you like to add something on top of this?
Yeah, sure, Nitin. Thank you so much. I guess this was really helpful, to understand the technical, aspects, as I said earlier. And yeah, just to add on the customer stories, I just want to let everybody from the audience know that we have so many case studies where we have implemented these type of solutions, be it either a brochure ideas tool, or be it any service customizations over it. If you feel that your product is something very different, your product is not in line with the entire printing industry that we have currently, or some feature that you require in your particular process and you want to get it accommodated, and you want to apply automatic automation techniques over it, you can definitely reach out to us on the email ID mentioned hereby, that is sales@brochureideas. And no matter what time zone you belong to, no matter what product industry you hold, we are sure that we would be able to cater all these. And even if you can visit, that is www.brochureideas.com, you will be able to see that what all portfolio we already have in the past, and what kind of services that we have implemented. So I guess, yeah, we are completely good to go, and now we will be able to take up all your questions. And in case the questions which were already previously asked, let's take them one by one, and then we can have more questions. If anybody from the audience, if you have any, please feel free to post it in the chat section available on the right hand side that you can see.
Okay, let's take it start from William. RGB versus CMYK. When you are designing in the RGB or CMYK, you have to convert your print to CMYK. You change it to the CMYK, then reflatten. Yeah, William. Actually, there, as I mentioned in my previous slide, there was options available for detecting the color, that those presets color can be defined from the backend, and those along with those RGB or hex color, you can define the specific CMYK or PMS color codes, right? And also in the custom color cloud, was there here customer can choose their own CMYK setting available from the CMYK information from there. And those chosen colors will be available in along with the print ready file. I am talking about the SVG and the vector PDF. So your printing will automatically detect those CMYK information and will get it printed, right? I hope I have answered the your question. And Gerardo is also clear with your Gerardo, you are also clear with your question actually, with my current answer.
Yes, thanks, Nitin. And in fact, Gerardo, he had one more question. That is the canvas resize already included in the, as a standard feature in our premium plan or not? So yes, to answer that, that would be actually an add-on. You'll have to purchase it apart from the premium plan with an additional price altogether.
Okay, the next question forum, like if you can give the from Hanajla Summit. What is the software? What is this software?
Yeah, I have already written that in the previous chat, that this software Hanzala for you, it is that this is our brochure ideas tool. It's a product designer tool, and not only you can just design it, you'll also be able to have live pricing for all your customers. So in which you can accommodate all the techniques that we have explained so far in this webinar. And even if you have more to be accommodated, we can definitely put that inside the tool as well.
Okay. Okay, the next question is from Jack. Do you have any percentage around how much labor it will reduce? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it really depends on how the product to product you offer the services. But automation will definitely reduce the manual efforts starting from 20 to 30% at least. In bulk printing like cards, it might be more, or in solo printing percentage and might be less.
Right.
Um, okay.
We also have one more.
Um,
Yeah, Nitin, William has answered that. Yes, you perfectly answered his question. So William is okay.
Okay, great, William. The next one is from Steven. Do I need to change in my printers for to adapt this automation? Our output files are very common to majority of the printers, and we automate to the software to generate output file according to. There should not be any change. Actually, I do not think there should be any specific change in the hardware. Okay, Gerardo is asking another one. Uh, in the hot folder, can you choose if you like a PDF in RGB or CMYK? Yeah, Gerardo, the print ready file is actually, as per I mentioned in my session, as per industry standards, PDF
Mm.
being generated on the CMYK information if customer have chosen. So you the both things are will be available along with that. The CMYK information will also be there in the vector file, and RGB information will also be there. Okay.
So, Nitin, we have got a very good input from William, saying that most of our customers would not know how to do this process, and it would be good if they have automation with no background. So
Yeah,
it would be
definitely.
helpful for a person with no background.
Yeah, that can also be this is a yeah industry demand feature, like you can allow your customer to removing their file
Yeah,
background, the white and black. Yeah, that can also be William, definitely this is something which is possible with the solution.
already.
um,
Yes, audience, do you have any other questions?
yeah, pleasure Stephen, pleasure Jack.
We also have polls here, and for the polls that we have asked the question with is, the first one is, are you using any kind of printing automation? So there are 25% of people who said yes, and 75% with 6 votes they said no. We are having more questions, and we just added one more, that is, are you looking for printing automation to your businesses or not? Um, we have 50-50% of weightage in these polls.
Okay, what is the cost of this?
Yeah,
Yeah, for in,
yeah, sure. Let me share the cost with you, William. It typically, the cost typically depends on whichever e-commerce framework that you're using, be it either Magento, WooCommerce, or Shopify, or any other platforms like PrestaShop, OpenCart, or any such. Uh, for each and every pricing related concern for each and every technology that I just mentioned, I'm sharing with you some link here in the chat. Um, to William.
also William, you can see the option available in the bottom, the book personalized demo. You can book your demo as well, to have a personalized demo with our directly for with forum. Yeah.
Right. So if you just click on that book personalized demo, you'll be connected with me as Nitin said. And recently I've just shared one URL with you. So that is typically our Magento product designer tool. There are essentially two plans for all these technologies. One is essential, another one is premium. And there are a couple of add-ons in the third column that you can see that you can add on, typically on any of the plan that you're selecting. So the link that I'm sharing you is for Magento. You can have more options in the immediate right button of Magento. William, is there anything else that I can help you with? Or anybody from the audience, if you have any questions for us?
Where you select the same like ICC profile for print ready. Okay. As I mentioned, Gerardo, CMYK's information can be, there are two ways to define it. Either you can define from presets, you are allowing your customers from, for let's say for a specific hex color, RGB color code, you have defined some CMYK of information, or from the color cloud, even the customer will have the option to choose their own CMYK information as well, right? Which will be attached with the particular print ready file. Am I answered your question? Yep, Gerard. Great. Pleasure, Gerardo. Okay, yeah, forum, yeah.
Yeah,
I think as first time lacking, we have to move on. So,
exactly. Sure. So we'll wait for more questions if you have any. You can directly reach out to us either by clicking on this book personalized demo button in the bottom, or you can directly go to our website, that is brochureideas.com, and you may have multiple options to explore over there, and you can reach out to us from that website as well. It's as simple as that. And I wish that we would be having more support from you. We wish your requests from from everybody, from each and every audience that we had. And I guess we need to then end it right here, right, Nitin?
yeah, yes, obviously.
All right, sure then.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks
Thank you,
for joining
everybody,
in.
for joining us. Thank you. Bye
See
bye.
you.
Thank you, forum.
Thanks, Nitin. See you.